What is up, everybody? It's Colin, and you are watching Talking Ball. But it wouldn't be Talking Ball if it was just me. We need the other half of Talking Ball, and here he comes.
This side.
Uh,
Boom.
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 Talking Ball brothers right there. What's up, Thiago?
I'm good. Enjoying some Brazilian summer this weekend. Thankfully, Spurs didn't get to ruin my beach. And yeah, but tomorrow we have a tough game. I mean, just one of those games.
Oh yeah, it's one that you see on the fixture list at the beginning of the season, and you're like, well, that's gonna suck.
No,
Uh,
no. Actually, it's like 3 points in the bag. Easy,
I,
easy.
I think we're owed it. With us messing up those supposedly easy matches already. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe we could just win this hard one. But
it would be so Spurs, wouldn't it? Lose the
it
easy
would,
one, win the hard one.
yeah,
It's
it
so
would,
Spurs.
it would. And I just want to say we got 7 people watching right now. What is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I also wanted to tell everyone I included the link, the StreamYard link, and it's pinned over there in the comments. So if you want to hop on and have your say, yell at Tiago, call him stupid or whatever, feel free. It's just click the link right there. You can be on the show too. Um,
Yeah, if you want to come on and say how ugly Colin is as well, it's fine.
right. And you wouldn't be wrong. Custom Spoons. What's up, Custom Spoons? I don't know if
Evening.
we've ever met, but it's
I
really
love
nice
this
to
name.
meet you. It's a great name. Thanks for having us on whatever device you're watching us on, and subscribe if you haven't. That'd be extra special.
It
We
would.
got Scott M in the house. Yeah, we're doing good, man. Oh, I mean, I'm
Again,
speaking for both of us. I'm good. How are you, Tiago? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Well,
Some,
we hope you're good too, Scott. How are you doing, man?
yeah,
Let us know. Aha,
yeah.
Custom
He's
Spoons
been
knows us
there.
from Tommy's channel. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense, man. Well, like I said, thanks for stopping by. It means the world to
I
us.
really appreciate it. Really,
Yeah, we
really.
sure we sure do. So, on the subject of appreciating things, we didn't really appreciate those games in hand that we had. We all were excited about those, and then it kind of came
True.
down to time to pay the brass tacks, and we haven't really come away with the points. And I don't know. I just wanted to ask you before we get too far into things, how are you feeling, just like in general, ahead of tomorrow's match?
It's tough to say anything other than not confident at all. I mean, the Southampton and Wolves games were supposed to be wins for us. I wouldn't say easy, but we were supposed to win those games. It would have put us in a very good position. Um, but yeah, Spurs will do Spurs, and we lost those games. Now we have City tomorrow. The environment around the team, the club is not good. Fans are not happy. It's all
Oh
very
gosh,
negative.
and that interview, I wonder how much that's affecting things inside the Spurs
Yeah,
camp. We won't talk too much about it. I'm sure everybody already has talked it to death, but yeah, even that will, I think, have
yeah,
some
exactly.
negativity around it that I'm sure is being picked up on by
But
the
but
club.
I face the Antonio Conte interview as it's the truth. We cannot run away from it. He's telling the truth. We know that on paper we have weakened the squad because we lost 4 players. We only brought in two. We lost 3 central midfielders and we brought only one to replace. And now we are very thin on central midfielders, which might be the biggest reason why we're not playing the 3-5-2, which is maybe the formation that works the best for us. But if it stings the club, if it's stinging the players, is because they know Antonio Conte is right. The truth pill is not an easy pill to swallow. So if it's tough for them to swallow the quotes from Antonio Conte, is because they know Antonio Conte is right and that he's telling the truth. So
Yeah, that's a good point. People usually don't get upset about things unless there's an element of truth there that kind of hurts, to face. And you're
Yeah.
100% right. You said that very well. And we got Danny in the comments too. What's up, Danny?
Danny.
Danny's saying he expects a loss tomorrow, but anything but a loss would be a win. So tie would be a win
Yeah.
for Danny. Big up, lads. Big up yourself, Danny. Big up yourself, man. Good to have you here. I'm tending to lean your way. I don't know. I'm like the forever optimist, and so if we end up winning, I won't be that surprised. We'll squeak it if we win. It'll be 2-1, 1-0, something like that. I don't think
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see any. I don't think we'll see anything too crazy, but
I
yeah.
don't
I
see a
mean,
way.
we might be able to pip it, but it would just be really close, and we would really need Sonny and Kane to both play their
Yeah.
socks off. And speaking of socks, is that what
So
Shamu's? Is there socks there?
yeah.
Lucky socks. Is that what you're saying, Shim? You got your lucky socks on
He
for
will be
tomorrow?
wearing his lucky socks tomorrow. Yeah.
Boom.
I have my lucky underwear,
I got a
and
lucky
I
kit. I
have.
got a lucky Spurs top that's done me really well so far this season. You might ask,
Yeah.
why wasn't I wearing it against Southampton? Or, and I would counter that with, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's
But
your fault. It's your
it,
fault. See
I kind of feel
everyone.
like
This
it
is
might
why we
be.
lost to Southampton.
I didn't have my lucky top on. We got Aaron Dubb in the house. Come on, you Spurs
Aaron.
brothers. His
Oh,
delusion
Aaron.
continues.
Actually, I need your number, Aaron, because you told me to message you a few days ago, but I was trying to. I don't
I'll
know
send it
why.
to. I can send it to you, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'll send
Okay.
it your way. Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as Aaron doesn't care. If he's trying to
Yeah.
avoid you, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Make him have to
Oh,
change his number
if he's trying
or.
to if he's trying to avoid me, that's funny because he was the one who asked me to message him. So
He's a weird guy. He's complicated, like most men.
yes, sure.
Um, I hope for one, I hope there were no children watching at the beginning of the show. Whenever we showed the scary man with no facial hair.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's a nightmare.
Sorry,
Don't
I
show
should have
that to
put. I
kids.
need to put some kind of a warning or like a beep, like at the beginning, just to let everyone know, hey, Cody Mack without a beard is about to show up on your screen, and I didn't do it, and it's not. That wasn't cool of me. Sorry about that, everyone. Speaking of the
Oh
devil, he says, "What's up?" Oh,
no,
not much, man. Definitely not.
not the
Definitely not.
devil.
All looking at pictures of you with no beard. That's absolutely
Yeah,
not what
show
we're
it,
doing.
show it, show it. While he's here, show it.
Yeah, you can see. I got this saved just for like special occasions. And this one we dedicated it to Daniel Levy.
Yeah,
So we think that's who you're sending that to. Let us know. Are we right? Is that who you are flipping off? And why?
yeah.
Yeah. No, but you look good. You might want to
Honestly,
rock that.
when he shaved his beard and he was on Weird Tottenham TV, the first time I saw him without his beard, I was like, oh yeah. I never saw this guy. Then I realized it was Cody because was the name underneath. I was like, what? It's Cody? He looks so different without a beard, but looks great as
You
always.
you're beautiful either way. We love you no matter what
Yeah,
you decide to do with your facial hair, Cody. Um,
it's true.
please forgive. Please forgive. We've also got Bryce. We got Bryce in the house. What's up,
Bryce,
Bryce? All the way from
Bryce,
Australia. Um, how's it going,
Australia.
man? How is it going? Did you punch any kangaroos yet today? And if not, when are you planning on punching the kangaroo? And then we've also got Teabag Tough Nuts. He's somebody that I met on Tommy's show right
D
before
nuts.
right before we started. I've never met him before. I don't know whose alt account you are, but I love you and thank you so much for being here. If you could just chuck a subscribe on the channel, you'd really throw the cherry on top of what is already a beautiful friendship. So thank you so much, Teabag.
Oh, friends.
Um, Also, Jordan, what is up?
Jordan,
How's it going?
Michael Jordan. Is that
I
you?
think is this Michael Jordan by chance? If so, don't say anything, and then we'll know it's you. But nice to have you, Michael Jordan.
Send me a
Um,
shoe. Send me a shoe and money, because I know you're rich and have a lot of money.
Cody Mack says he's committed a terrible crime when he has to shave, and it's probably safe to say I want to see Cody Mack without facial hair again, but I
Please see
don't
your
want you to
friend.
commit
Oh,
any
sorry.
terrible crime. I don't want you to commit any terrible crimes. So I
I
guess we'll have
mean,
to just deal
if he
with baby
wants
Cody.
to get rid of Daniel Levy and replace, and Cody is the new bald guy at Spurs, I would love that.
There is this like video game called Hitman, and that guy's bald.
Just
Teabag
like
Tough
that
Nuts is my
guy.
number one fan. Cody, do you happen to have a tattoo on your neck about here that's a barcode? If so, let us know in the chat. No, but and to everyone that's just kind of maybe
Wait,
tuned in, we're just discussing. We were discussing City, the match tomorrow. Um, if we're gonna sneak victory, Thiago thinks no.
just want to say one thing. Jordan didn't say anything, so it is Michael Jordan indeed.
Michael
I can
Jordan, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan
feel
is
the
watching
money.
our
I can
stream.
feel the money.
Sponsorship maybe. I feel like this could be huge. Thank you for watching, Michael, and really hope you enjoy.
And you're
Um,
not the best basketball player of all time. Okay,
we're gonna have to we're gonna have
sponsorship
to have
gone.
we're gonna have to have a talk after the stream. But so on kind of the same subject, we're talking about tomorrow's game. It's looking like Sergio Regulon might not be available, and COVID is looking the likely culprit. What does that do to your predictions for tomorrow, Tiago? Does that make you any more or less confident for the match?
No, it doesn't really change it. I think Regulon, of course, would be my first option as a left wing back ahead of Sessignon, but I don't think it changes much. I think Sessignon hasn't been actually that bad when stepping in for Regulon. Of course, he hasn't been great as well, but I don't think it changes. Sorry, it doesn't. I don't think it changes much of my prediction. Um,
Really? Wow. Okay. Well,
no, we're gonna
um,
lose anyway. You can put whoever you want. We're gonna lose.
that's so
Like
defeatist. I hate that attitude, by the way, but
I
I can't
I
I
prefer
can't
to
change it.
keep my expectations low because if I don't, I'm gonna go. Oh, we're gonna win 4-0, 5-0. We're gonna get slapped
Hey, we got Ben
with
Kaufman in
coffee
the house.
monster.
What's up? What's up, Ben? It was nice to see you earlier today. I got some caffeine in my bloodstream, so I'm feeling a little bit
I
better.
don't I
Um,
don't like coffee. I don't know why. My city is one of the biggest producers of coffee in the whole world, and I don't drink coffee. And nothing against you, Ben. Whenever I go to a coffee shop, I'm gonna drink loads and loads of coffee. But
um, real quick, I asked Bryce if he had punched a kangaroo yet today. Being an Australian, doing what Australian people do, he says that he went to, but he got punched first by the koala. I've been seeing stars ever since. He had to go pet his pet koala to believe in animals again. I don't blame you, man. That's gnarly. I've heard kangaroos are pretty ruthless. They're they
have you ever
they're
seen that picture
probably
of that kangaroo? Like the
yeah
muscle
the really
kangaroo?
jacked
Bro, what
one. I'm not
the
sure if
hell?
that's photoshopped or if that's a real picture.
Yeah, Bryce, tell us. Because he's probably seen a
Yeah, Bryce, have
kangaroo
you ever
live.
are kangaroos that strong? Like, have you seen a really like muscly one before? Let us know.
Yeah.
Teabag Tough Nuts, you're available. I'm married, but Thiago's not. So there you go, man.
Send me a DM.
Making love happen while we talk Spurs.
You'll
There's
be
lots
seeing the
of love.
link in
There's
my
lots of love in the
message.
chat.
Okay?
There's lots of love in the chat. So oh, and real quick, Shamu is agreeing with you, Tiago. No coffee for him either.
I like tea. And New Zealand much better than Australia, right, Shamu? Let's start
Okay,
fighting in the chat.
so we're talking, and it's looking like Sergio is positive for COVID. I guess that
Yeah.
might have further implications than we think. I mean, he's presumably been training around other players, hanging out with other players. If he's our one case and it's isolated, I would actually be a little bit surprised. I would be surprised if more players don't show up as having COVID. Um,
But it happened before. I think it was Eric Dyer or someone like that that had COVID and nobody else did.
Hmm. Okay, well
Um,
that's good. That gives me some hope. Then maybe that could be.
and he wasn't. And from what people were saying, I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, Spurs released the video of the training, and he wasn't there already. So I think he came down with COVID even
Hmm.
earlier, like Tuesday or Wednesday, before
Okay, well
Antonio
then that
Conte
is
had
good.
an
Yeah,
injury.
then
Yeah.
sounds like we would know some more then if that was the case. So in this case, uh, supposing that our boy Sergio Reguilon does have COVID, that puts us at a little bit of a crossroads. And who do we play at left wing back? I will bring this question your way. Do you play Sessegnon over there, or do you play Davis and have a back three of something like Sanchez, Dyer, Romero?
Oh, 1,000% Sessing on as a left wing back. Because Ben Davies is just a player I want to see as far as possible from the club because he's starting to show those amateur mistakes again. And, you know, Ben Davies isn't really a left wing back because he's not good with crossing, he's not good going forward, he doesn't have the
Right.
pace. It has to be Sessegnon. And Ben Davies is the only defensive minded player we have who's left footed. So he has to be the left centre back. Because Sanchez is a left centre back. We saw what happened when he played against Mura. Joe Rodon is not a left centre back either. I don't think Romero and Dyer can play in there as well. So it has to be.
Yeah. You're spot on. You're spot on, in my opinion. I mean, that's basically word for word what I would have said. Um, if for one, also we know that we're playing against Man City. We're playing against Raheem Sterling.
Uh,
Whatever
Imagine
side.
Ben Davies trying to run after Raheem Sterling.
Oh my God, it would be ugly. It would be very, very ugly. But we have
Oh.
another guest with us, bringing in someone amazing. You know him, you love him. Tottenham Tantrum Gold. It's Dermot.
Good evening, lads, and thanks, Colin, for having me on. Absolute pleasure to be here, sir.
Oh well, thanks so much for being here. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a spur of the moment show, so it was a spur of the
Yeah.
moment invite. But I'm really glad you could make it.
I tell you what, Colin, they're the best ones. The spur of the
Yeah,
moment shows are the best ones.
I tend to agree with you, sir.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. But while you're here, you could answer this question that we're running with.
Okay.
So it's looking like, have you seen the news? I guess. Well, and Bryce is saying hello. But have you
How are you?
seen the news that it's looking like Regulon might have COVID?
I haven't. I haven't seen that. So has that been confirmed, or is that still speculation?
The only thing that's been confirmed is that we do have a player out with COVID. And
Right.
then it's been speculated, of course, that it's Regulon due
Yeah.
to absence in training photos and the like. So I can
That'd be
actually
a
log
miss.
back on it.
That would
Yeah,
be a
I was.
miss.
It truly will be.
Mm.
Even though he hasn't quite kicked on like some people would be happy with, but I think he's done a great job. Honestly,
Yeah.
he's our best option on that side. So I'll send the same question your way that I just sent to Tiago.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it'll be better to have Sessegnon out on the left, or to move Davis out there and then have a center back three pairing of something like Dyer, Sanchez, and Romero? So I guess Sessegnon or Davis at
I,
left wing
I,
back.
I will go for Segi. I will go for Sessi. I was there last Sunday, and I thought he was. He didn't play well, but I felt for him in the come over, and he needs to play tomorrow so his confidence doesn't get completely shot. I mean, his
Yeah.
confidence is going to be low anyway. But I think he want to come on and prove something to Conte tomorrow. So I will play Sess and leave Davis in that centre back role. Um,
Yeah,
it's no point in moving. It's like Davis left back. That's just a nightmare. That's just
it brings back bad memories, and I mean,
it
we were
does.
talking, and against Raheem Sterling in particular,
Yeah,
that he would just get skinned alive. I mean, he
yeah.
would get absolutely destroyed for pace, and we know that his confidence has been steadily rising since Conte's come in and given him a better role, and we would hate to undo all of that work just by having him get rinsed over and over again by
You don't
Sterling.
need to move him to another position so he loses his confidence. You just look at his performances against Southampton and Wolves. Wolves, I don't know 100% because I didn't watch the game, but from what I've heard, he was terrible against Wolves,
Hmm.
and he already made some silly mistakes, positioning mistakes. So I don't think changing him to left wing back would actually shoot his confidence because he's already shot, in my opinion. So
I mean, they all played bad last Wednesday
yeah,
against Wolves. I mean, the defense was. I mean, you had Bambi on ice, who's Sanchez. That's my new nickname for him now. You've got Bobo the Clown, which is started playing at right back, and Emerson. They're both flat. I mean, we bought the only Brazilian that can't play football. I mean, just our luck.
not true. I can't play football as well, so he's not alone.
No, you can play better, Thiago, than Emerson can. Put you and Colin on the left and right side of our defence. That's it, solved. There,
Champions League
sorted.
winners,
I
boom.
think
Yeah,
we've got it.
Champions
Yeah,
League
we got to
winners.
figure. My wages happen to be extremely low as well. So
I don't know. They'll probably put you on about 200 grand a week, Colin. Do you know? You know what we pay at Tottenham?
right, yeah. For those, I'll put together a really good YouTube highlight reel
Yeah.
of like every good thing I've ever done with the ball, and we'll see what that'll get me. It should get me about 200K a week if Ndombele has anything to go by.
That's it. And we've got Thiago there on the other side at 300,000 just because he's a Brazilian alone. That just carries the wages there.
True,
That's
very
how
true.
it is.
The Brazilian tax.
Ronaldinho, who's that guy? Never saw him. I mean, mine
Yeah.
is better.
Danny points out Lloris wasn't much help last weekend
Yeah.
either.
I mean, he should have caught the first goal. He should have caught that first goal. He should have really caught the ball. Second one,
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Yeah, sorry.
second one, it was a bit. Wasn't really his. It was unlucky, but the first one was a nightmare. It really was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was
Dermot,
ugly.
sorry, since you were at the game, do you think it was the right decision to sub off Sessegnon, or would have you subbed off someone else?
I would have taken. Actually, I would have taken off Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Actually, yeah, I really would. I mean, from the start, it was just Bambi on ice. I mean, I would have taken off Sanchez and just done it that way, or you taken off Winks, and then Winks was useless. But I wouldn't have taken off Segi. No, I would have kept him on personally. But Conte saw something, so he wanted to change the formation, which he did, which didn't really help. But we just played damn awful. We were absolutely terrible. No passion, no nothing.
It's weird how many times it was in the Southampton match. I noticed in particular, it seemed like there was just so much more passion and fight and belief coming from their players as opposed to the Spurs players, and I don't. That's become a recurring theme, and I wonder if there's some kind of a systemic problem at Tottenham that just breeds this attitude, or what the problem really is, because. Remember, at first it was a group of like players with bad attitudes, and we got rid of them, and then it was another group of players with bad attitudes, and we've gotten rid of them, and we still have this, soft underbelly, as some have described it. This, we didn't fight. We didn't seem nearly as up for it as they did, and then we lost to get the match, and it's just weird to me, and I don't know what it's going to take to fix that.
I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. I think it's going to take a good result to fix it. I think we're really low on confidence. But other teams come to our ground and they can sense that we're low on confidence.
Right.
So they're going to attack us. I think we get a result tomorrow. I'm actually quite confident we're going to get a win tomorrow. I know I'm probably the only one.
I'm not far off that page myself. Like I think that we'll fight hard. I don't know if we'll for sure get the win, but we seem to perform better against the bigger teams. It's because they'll actually come out and play and not sit back so much, and we're better at handling that, except for we've shown that we can't handle much in the way of a press. So hope that we don't get pressed too bad. But
I think we'll win 2-1 tomorrow. I honestly think we will. We seem to be City's bogey side.
yeah, at least
So-
well, I mean, at least at our ground, at the
Hmm.
at theirs it's a little different, but
I
still.
don't know. I think keep the faith. We will rise again. I've always got this attitude that everything goes in cycles with Tottenham, and this is just one of these cycles. But we're still in the FA Cup. We've still got games in hand, and we could end up the season finishing, say, fifth and winning the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I would bite the hand off. I would have bit anyone's hand off. Somebody said to me at the start of the season, "Would you take an FA Cup win and fifth in the league?" I went, "Yeah, take it now."
Well, real quick,
So-
Dermot, let me get your opinion. What do you think, FA Cup or top 4?
FA Cup.
Yeah, I was gonna
I-
ask him the same question.
I don't think we've got a hell's chance of reaching top 4. I think we have to be
Really?
really realistic about that. We haven't got the side to do it.
I disagree, but I see where you're coming from.
Mm.
My only counter argument is that other teams around us are dropping points where they shouldn't be. It's not just Spurs. There's going to be points dropped that you don't expect teams to drop, and it'll put us right there. I think towards the end of the season we'll be right in the race. If we do get it though, it'll be very close. I'm talking like a point or two.
Yeah, but also you've got to look at goal difference as well. We're on -1.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. We're not good in the goal difference department.
No. And I also think that the West Ham game is going to be the pivotal game in this next run of games for us.
Yeah, 6-pointer for sure.
It's at
Yeah,
home, right?
if we can beat West Ham, then we got a chance. But we need to beat the likes of Burnley, Leeds. We need to get good
Yeah, we
2-3-0 wins. We need to start not conceding again.
I think the
And-
North London derby will be huge as well because Arsenal
Yeah.
they won their last game. They also have games in hand, and they lost the game against Chelsea because Chelsea were in the Club World Cup, and they will lose the game against Liverpool because it's the same day of the Carabao Cup final. So are two games that you would think Arsenal are not favorites, and it's very possible for them to drop points. So we need to take
Yeah.
points of them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And Chelsea are going to have games in hand as well, because of them playing in the World Club Championship as well. So they're going to come back. What, 2 games? They're
But
gonna have
as we've shown, games in hand don't really mean much. I mean, it's good and all, but
Yeah.
I'd much rather even have 1 point than a game in hand, really, when it comes down to it. Slight change in subject, but Danny brings us to a point. Tiago and I were trying not to focus too much on this at the beginning, but with more questions, what do you guys? And we'll start with you, Dermo. What do you make of Conte's comments in the recent interview?
I think it's refreshing. I think we've got a manager who's going to tell us the truth, what is happening, and he's going to hold the board accountable. It's the board should be held to accountable, and he's going to hold them to accountable. Say, right, I haven't got the squad to do this. You want to win stuff? I can't do it with young players. I'm going to have to do it with experienced players, and he's right. You can mix and match him, which is brilliant. But you need experienced players that have done it, gone over the line, won trophies, won championships. And if Levy wants us to be successful, which I don't think he does, but if he has any inkling of us being successful, he has to do it the Conte way. And if he doesn't, Conte will call him out and say, "Look, this is what's happening." He'd done it at Chelsea when he left. He'd done it at Juventus and Inter Milan. Is it Inter Milan he managed? I think.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's done it there. Things don't go his way. He's walked out. So he's a man of principle. But yeah, it's so refreshing. I mean, I love Conte anyway. I think he's brilliant. We've got a Mourinho type manager in his prime. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be-
you're 100% right. That's actually a really good way of looking at it too. I mean, even the ways that they play, that they set their teams up are somewhat similar. So that's actually a really good comparison.
But it's lovely to have a manager that will go in there and say, right, this is what I want. If you don't tell me, if you don't get what I want, I'm gonna say it in a press conference or say it in an interview. I mean, the squad is on balance. I don't know what you thought on it, Colin, but I think it's on balance because we got 4 out and only 2 in. Surely we should have got another 2 in and got 4 in just to balance up the squad. We're
But I mean, if
stretched.
those 4 players weren't being used, and I think there was a combined 2 starts between the 4 of them since Conte's arrival. I mean, then what really? I don't really see much of a issue there, just because it's not it's not like they were even all seeing the pitch. So I do understand what you mean about balance, and I would have preferred to get more in, but I think that we're not necessarily in a weaker position than when we started the window. But I know what you mean, and I know what Conte meant, and I think that his comments were definitely taken out of context.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah.
They were big time, but that's Italian media for you. That's any media, and that's Sky Sports as well. I mean, they're just looking for Conte to leave Tottenham. That Sky Sports cannot wait for Conte just to walk out of Tottenham.
Yeah.
So they will twist every bit of word to come. So any confidence he's going to say, they will twist the words round for their own. Conte slags off board or slags off Tottenham, and it wasn't that at all. It's just their own agenda, and Conte should be able to say to us fans, this is why it's not happening, and this is the reason why. And us fans deserve that. Ferguson, you look at Alex Ferguson, did exactly the same. You look at every great manager, honest with the fans, and that keeps fans on his side.
Well, yeah, that honesty is a form of respect, and I think as fans, we just want to be respected at the end of the day,
exactly.
just like people all want to be respected.
Yeah.
Real quick, want to shout out to This Is Luca's Life. Great show. Subs to me. Thank you so much. Me and Thiago really appreciate it. Every sub counts. So if you're watching and you haven't liked or subbed, go ahead and do both those things. Helps us to know that you like what we're doing. So thanks again. This is Luca's Life. But yeah,
I just wanted to ask Dermot, still talking a little bit about Conte and now bringing the comments he said today in his press conference. Do you think that Conte was trying to apologize, or in the end you think, no, he really meant to sting the board, sting the players, and what do you make of it?
I don't think he was trying to throw anyone under the bus. I think his words were, as Colin said, taken out of context a little bit. But I don't think he's the type of manager to apologise. I think if he says something, he will stick by it.
Yeah.
But them players need to kick up the arse. And the board need to be held accountable. It's far too long at Tottenham. Accountability has been missing. Players, owners, everything. And enough's enough. We've got a manager that's come in and he's saying, right, I'm holding you to accountability, the players for not playing, and I'm going to hold the board accountability for not buying the players I want into this team. Yeah, we got rid of Dele and Dombele, but we could have kept Hill. Hill's a great little player. I like Hill. I think he's
me too. Yeah, he's really good. He's a spark plug.
Yeah, I mean, I've said on Dave's channel, and I've said it before, I see him as the next Glenn Hoddle of our club. I see there's sparks of similarities between him and Hoddle, a young Hoddle.
That's very, very high compliments there.
Yeah, and I think if he's under Conte, if he's trained right, and I think he'd be a Cam. I think he's going to be the centre of our midfield in years to come, and he'll be the one that will unlock the defences. But he needs to, and he should be kept or loaned out to an English team, getting used to the English league.
I agree with maybe a loan to an English team. I think though, I don't think Conte is going to be with us real long term.
No.
And with the way that Conte has set up his teams in the past, he doesn't really utilize a player like how you were talking about Hill maybe being utilized. Conte doesn't play with like a traditional like number 10. And so I think maybe Hill will be one of those players that becomes a bigger, part of the squad, a bigger piece of the puzzle, maybe later, maybe after Conte's reign, a year or two down the line from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe when
I,
there's a
I,
formation change or something.
yeah. Who do you think? Who do you think will follow Conte once he
Um,
leaves?
Graham Potter, perhaps.
Harry Potter? Him and his
He
little
might
magic
be. He might
wand?
be able to perform some magic. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
As
but
long as he,
asking me
I
who
think
I
Graham Potter is a good show. I really
yeah.
like him. I like the
You
football
ask
that
me
he's
who I
been
want or
plays.
who I think is gonna come?
Who you
Because
think will come?
because if I had to say who I want, I would always say Ten Hag because I think he's brilliant. But if I had to say who I think would come, if he's not snapped by Man United, 100% Pochettino comes back because Levy is the first name Levy's gonna go for.
Yeah, that's true. And if
I could
Conte can
see.
get us a trophy, if Conte can get us a trophy or something of some kind before that, that'd be a nice little foundation
If
for Pochettino to
yeah,
come back to.
if Antonio Conte wins the FA Cup for us, and Daniel Levy somehow makes Antonio Conte walk, I don't know how anyone can defend Daniel Levy because like he wins a trophy, he puts us in track to be a winning team. Give him
But he's
better
not. He's
players,
not
he'll
going to
win
walk. And
even more.
there's no reason. There's no reason to think that he's going to
He
walk.
is.
There's
He won the Italian league with Inter Milan. He didn't get the backing he wanted. He walked.
yeah, but he had already been there. I mean, he
One
knew what he
no,
was. He hadn't just signed a contract. He hadn't been. I just don't think he signs the contract in the first place if he's not given some guarantees, and if the I don't think that the hierarchy at Spurs is dumb enough to not follow through with any promises that they make Antonio Conte. But I mean I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Shimu says Poch is probably not going to be at PSG next season. It's looking more and more
yeah,
like
he
that's
won.
correct.
Yeah.
And real quick, I just wanted to throw out a question. What are you drinking on this Friday night? And that's just anybody watching. I'm drinking nothing.
Friday night.
But it is Friday night, and so I just thought I'd throw that out there. Teabag Tough Nuts is drinking the devil's juices tonight. Homemade moonshine fuckers. Well, I hope that's delicious, Teabag. Do you prefer Teabag
Never
or
heard
Mr. Tough Nuts? Or just let us know in the comments what you prefer to be called. We want to make sure everyone is called what they prefer to be called. But Aaron says that he loves Poch, but he still doesn't want him back anytime soon.
Yeah.
Levy, we'll just stuff him again. Conte's got balls. He'll take on Levy and fight his corner. I like that actually a lot. Conte does seem like the kind of guy, and like you alluded to, Tiago, he'll walk if he doesn't get what he wants. And I don't think that Levy's dumb enough to not know that too. And that's why I think personally that they let him know that, listen, January, we don't really do much in the January window. You're going to have to fight with the tools that you've got really until the summer. And I think that makes just as much, if not more sense than people saying Conte's been lied to. Levy's already lied to Conte. Conte wants to walk. I'm speculating too by saying that I think they told him that everything was going to come in summer. But I don't think my speculation is any less crazy or any more crazy than other speculation. It's all speculation at this point. And so that I guess that brings us to, I can ask you guys, what do you think about the speculation? Do you think that he's been lied to already? Do you think Levy's already lied to him? Or do you think that Conte kind of knows the situation, knows what's going on, and is waiting for the summer? And we'll start with Dermot on this.
Has he been lied to? Levy lies to everyone, so I don't think there'd be a difference.
Make a good point there.
I think he's smart enough to know what Levy's like. I think he's smart enough. Well, I'm sure Paratici would have told them, yeah, we'll get certain players in, but again, we're always lastminute.com. And that is the problem. And we have to see in the summer if Levy will be a man of his word. I'm not holding that much hope, but I think if Conte doesn't get back in the summer, Conte will walk, and then we'll all know that he's been lied to.
And I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Tiago?
I think that there is a big possibility that Daniel Levy lied to Antonio Conte because if you see his quote, he says, "I have now realized the real situation. Now is that he saw what the club is really like. So maybe now he's seeing what Daniel Levy really is. But as Dermot said, he's smart enough to know how to deal with this kind of person in football. And we talked to him in the summer. He walked of the negotiations. He's he's back. It's what everybody asks themselves: what the hell did we show now that we didn't show 3 months before to get Antonio Conte as our manager in the summer?
Exactly. Exactly. See, that's what I think. There had to have been some assurances given to him, but
But maybe it was panic because let's not forget that when we signed Conte, we just had a game where a big part of the fans in the stadium were singing "We want Levy out."
saying we want Levy out. And Tiago, not to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off because I'm terrible. We have a special guest ready to join in with us. And I was told today he wasn't doing any more streams. So without further ado, it's Mr. Aaron. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, brother, I just came in to stir up the shit. How's it all going?
Yes, perfect. It's going good. I mean, life's not too bad. How about you?
Oh, yeah. You know, Friday, looking forward to tomorrow, delusionally optimistic, you know,
Ooh.
thinking
Yes,
we're going to
yes.
come away, you know, with a 2-1 win, even though I know we're not. But, you know, heart versus head, the heart always wins. You know?
Come on, Aaron, what
Definitely.
does your head
I
say?
understand that 2-1 guess because there's no way we're keeping a clean sheet.
Mm.
There's no way we're keeping a clean sheet.
If we get out of the Etihad tomorrow with a clean sheet, I think that would be. I don't even know which word to use to describe that because it isn't luck. It's even more than luck.
If we come out of tomorrow with a clean sheet, I think I'll be passed out for about 48 hours, and I think I'll just wake up Monday morning. Did that really happen?
Just alcohol poisoning. Just
Dermot, I'll be
exactly.
sending the ambulance down to Gorey to, you know what I mean, brother, mate?
So Aaron, there's tons of questions I want to ask you, but the most recent one we were talking about were, namely, do you think Conte has been lied to, or do you think that he understood the situation at Spurs and knew that January wasn't going to be a big window for him?
I don't think he's been lied to. I think he's wise enough to know what's going on in the game and wise enough knowing what Levy and Enoch are like walking into this situation. And obviously he knows Paratici, you know, at the same time. And there's lies, but like there's lies, but there's also things that go on in the media, right? And that hype everything up. I don't think Conte's stupid, and I think if we're going to say he's been lied to, Dermot, I know you probably say, yeah, he's been lied to, but Conte's not dumb. He knew what he was walking into. He knew what the squad was like. He had months and months to assess this team because he was offered a job in the summer, and you know, and he eventually took it. We don't know. We don't know what's been going on in the background. We don't know why Conte came to Spurs. I can only once again insert my deluded mental mind state of being a 40-year Tottenham fan and say that like the guy sees something that he can bring to Tottenham. That look, lied to, I don't know. It's a difficult question, mate, and you caught me off guard there, but I don't think Conte's stupid enough to accept lies or bullshit. You know, I mean,
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I agree completely, and I think you're with me that, you know, for one, we all know that Daniel Levy's not the smartest guy ever, but I don't think he's stupid enough to lie to Conte. Do you know how bad Levy's all about his look and the way that he's perceived? Do you know how bad he would look if Conte walked and said, "Hey, it's because I wasn't given the tools I was promised"? You know, I don't think that Levy could or would take that hit to his ego.
I think the 18-month contract says a lot. I don't know the details of that contract, but it's a very, very short-term contract. like 18 months for a manager.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know what that conversation that led to an 18-month contract was. Was it Levy saying, "Look, yeah, I don't want to have to pay out another manager's salary if I sack him," or was it Conte saying, "I'm giving you 18 months, and that's all you're going to get if you don't back me? I'm out of here."
Yeah, and it had to have been one of those two. That's hard. That's tough. I want to believe that it's Levy finally being a little more wise and knowing that he doesn't want to have to pay out another manager, but we'll
Look,
never know. Really, not until somebody writes a book.
we all know Daniel Levy wanted Jose Mourinho for a long, long, long time, and that he always considered Jose one of the best managers in the world. He finally got him, and he didn't back Jose the way Jose wanted. I mean, he got players, but he didn't get the quality players Jose wanted. I was watching Skriniar this week against Liverpool. He was absolutely amazing. I was just thinking, imagine if Antonio Conte had this guy in this team, but we went for Joe Rodan. That's on Daniel Levy because he left it too late in the window to get Skriniar, and Inter Milan said, "We're not going to sell him because if we sell him now, we don't have time to get a replacement for Skriniar, so he's not going." So I don't really.
Joe Rodon, talk about a weird case. Joe Rodon's a weird one for me, man. Why can't that guy get on the pitch? By all accounts, and from all of his teammates talking and everything, he's been working really hard. He works really hard. I've heard that from people that stay after the matches end and like wait for the stadium to kind of clear out, that he's always in like they do like kind of warm down, I guess you would call them, drills. But I heard he's always really pushing himself in those. Maybe he just simply can't follow the manager's instructions. I don't know, but it's weird that we've got a player that we never see.
I've only, like most of us, what we've seen of Roden was when he was playing for Wales, and he does a good job. He looks like a player. And and I don't like to bring up rumours, but like the rumour is he's a bit of a party boy. But I just don't buy into that. I mean, half of these lads are party boys, so, and they still get played. It just doesn't add up. I mean, there's no, it's really difficult to figure out that situation. I'd love to see him get a run. I'd love to see him given time. Like I said again, I base my opinion of Roden when I've seen him playing for Wales, and he looks good. Like that's it. He looks good to me. So why he's not in our squad, or sorry, in our team when we got the likes of Sanchez, Emerson, Doherty. They're not exactly the same positions, but you know what I mean. How are these lads getting a spot in the team ahead of somebody like Joe Roden, who, like you said, trains hard, works hard, he stays after the games, and he puts in effort. It's just weird, man. The whole Roden thing is just weird to me, man. Is it down to his basic bang average salary of whatever it is, $9,000 a week? I don't.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very weird one, and that's another one that we'll probably never know the answer to for a very long time.
We're gonna have to wait for the biographies or autobiographies, or it's gonna take a long time, man.
Yeah.
Big up to Johnny Fitz in the chat there. All right,
I was just about to say that, Aaron. Big up to my Irish brother.
Fitzpatrick, what's up, man? Good to see you. Very good to see you. Oh my gosh! And do we have a special guest? The one and only Barry. What's up, man?
How are we, chaps?
How are you?
Doing good.
It's not old Seamus, Nico, Barry, Sean.
No, honestly, no. I really need to ask this. What is your real name?
Nick.
Nicholas Collison, man.
Nick.
Yeah, this is why I stay undercover,
Oh, okay, it's Nick. Okay.
Yeah, it's the kind of work that he's in. He's in some kind of shady work, and it would just be good if
Barry,
you only knew him as Barry.
Barry, you better give me some fucking money for calling you Barry from EastEnders, mate, because me and LJ you made that a trademark, man.
Me and LJ were talking about this earlier. He was like, "Oh my god, who would have thought it would have taken off like this?" So Yeah, it's crazy.
Audio Artisan, for one, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Thanks for being here, as always. Brings up a good point. Maybe we need a designated babysitter for Rodon if he's that much of a partier, if he's got that, if he's that wild, then maybe he needs a sitter, someone to tag along and make sure he stays out of trouble. Not a bad idea if we thought there was a player in there worth getting that out of, but I'm not sure. No manager seems to see that much in him.
Okay, I'm gonna throw Barry under the fire already. Then I want to go to Dermot because we were talking about Rodon and Barry. Would you start him tomorrow? And this is a question for everyone. We go to Barry, then we go to Dermot, then Aaron. Would you start Joe Rodon tomorrow against City and drop like Sanchez or Davies?
Yes, 100%. 100%. What have we got to lose? It can't be worse than than the rest of them, really. But yeah. I mean, what to say? It can't be, can't be worse than Sanchez. Can't be worse than Davis. I mean, I would go as far as saying put him in for Davis, Dyer in the middle, and Romero on the right, and then Reggie on the left.
Oh.
And then Emerson on the right back. So Emerson we know, but then that defense is a lot more secure. Let's just say, and why not? He's out partying, he's doing whatever he's doing, but less. But the other thing is, 3 managers have not seen anything from him. Poch, Mourinho. Conte, I don't really understand what he's got to do. I mean, I don't think Emerson will start. I think they'll play Doherty because they want someone to defend and someone that's not going to go forward. I mean, he can't do either, but what can you say? The best of a bad bunch. But yeah, I think he should start. Yeah, it should be Reggie, Rodon, Dyer, Romero, and Royale. We just need someone else with an R as a surname, and it could be the 5 R's. No.
No, it's gonna be an S because Regulon apparently is out with COVID, so it's gonna be Sessing on the left.
Okay. Yeah, which is fine, but let's give him a chance. Let's not, if it's not working, let's not pull him off.
Yeah.
Let's pull, and if Davis is playing, pull Davis off and give Sess a chance.
Yeah. Dermot, would you start Rodon tomorrow or?
I would start riding out at the end of the defense, to be honest with you. All the rest of them, I would. I would put him in place of Sanchez, and put the same defense as is it Barry or Nicky's name is?
Seamus.
I'm just getting confused when Aaron just kept chucking names at you. I was thinking, hang on, let me catch up here.
Whatever you want, damn it, as long as it's polite, yeah.
I'll call you Tom then.
Okay, Tom, that's a new one.
Yeah, add a new one to the vote. No, as Barry said down the bottom, I agree with him. I would do that and drop Sanchez. And hopefully Doherty is as useless as he is. At least he can't be any worse than what we've already got, and then place Segi on the other side, on the left side. And it seems a strong defence, but in the summer we've got to have by a right back and 2 centre backs.
We
really do, but I'm still think we'll win tomorrow. I still think we'll win 2-1. I just got that feeling.
We're not going to win. We're not going to win.
Well,
we can hope for is a draw, right? I've gone from being at the start of the week and earlier from getting beaten. I've gone to let's go for a draw. So that's about as positive that I can be for tomorrow. Because at the start of the week, I've gone from getting smashed like 7 or 8-0 to losing 3-1 today to now thinking we're going to get a draw. So maybe by tomorrow evening, I might think we're going to win, right? So
there's a good question from Audio Artisan in the chat. Lucas as right wing back? Because Doherty shit, Emerson just as shit. Lucas?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Do I think Conte is going to do it? No. I really, really don't. I don't think Conte will, but I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd try it. Why not? Anything's better than what we've got there at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a shame
I still
we
can't
didn't-
believe that Thiago was willing to slander his own countrymen like that. But
Yeah, eventually it took you long enough, Thiago. I've been telling you he was rubbish for ages, man.
Brazilians are very passionate about their football and their footballers. You know, they really are passionate about it. It takes a lot for when a Brazilian speaks, when a Brazilian football fan speaks, you listen. Because you know they're
Listen,
talking.
Pele and Brazil were what I grew up on, you know. Stories and videos from my uncle about Pele and and obviously, I mean, they're fantastic. They're as soon as you hear you're signing a Brazilian, everybody gets a boner. You know, it's like
I had one. I definitely had an Emerson boner for a while, and it's cooling down now. I didn't have to call the doctor or anything, but
Man,
I
if we
wouldn't mind
somehow
if that
sign
picks back up.
Rafinha, if we
He needs.
sign
I need
Rafinha,
a bit of
have
Viagra for
Viagrino,
my.
mate. Get some Viagrino into you, mate.
But I need that. I need it for Emerson because I
uh,
still think he's very athletic. If he could just learn how to play football, he'd be pretty sick.
man, if we sign Rafinha, for example, man, I will have a boner to the last day of my life. Imagine that guy playing for us. Jeez.
Pulisic is overrated. Thank you for being honest with yourself, as a fellow
Jump on if you
American.
can, Will. Because
Yeah, jump on,
I
Will.
I need to tell some truths about Emerson to Will. Just kidding. Um,
Some home
I mean,
truths.
I can
Who are you, Mourinho?
slander a player who's Brazilian, but I mean, I know Emerson is shit, but I'm still gonna stand to the point that he didn't cost us the game against Southampton, not single-handedly at least.
I mean, Aaron
Real
will
quick.
back me up in this. At least you don't have Doherty as a right back for your country. I mean, Aaron, you back me up in that one, wouldn't you?
Dermot, it's again Doherty's another road-on situation for me.
Really?
He does well for Ireland. Yeah,
Yeah,
Doherty does well for Ireland.
Yeah.
When was the last time he played well for us?
He had
Buckets and Ronaldo.
he had Ronaldo in his pocket, mate, playing, and he was playing at left back.
True.
Oh, that's where he wore the number 10 and had probably the only decent game
Yeah.
of his international career.
Give the number 10 to Doherty. Kane plays as the number 9. Boom.
Ireland's become such a
Done.
joke of a team these days, man. Doherty wearing number 10. My God, Father Jack couldn't make that up.
Hey, this is something that is funny because when we signed Paulinho, he just beat Chelsea in a Club World Cup final. He was playing really, really well. Of course, it didn't work out. Of course, it was shit for Spurs. As always, Brazilians are shit for us. But yeah, I give up on Brazilians.
He wants the truths. Will wants the truths, but Will, part of it you have to come on. You've got to join. He wants to tell you face to face.
Lads, you never let me. You never gave me a chance to say who my back three would be, right? And I'm going to contradict myself because I know that I said.
We don't want to know. Just kidding.
Yeah, all right, okay, but I'm going to tell you anyway. All right, right. I'm going to contradict myself because although I said that I'd like to see Roden get a run, so we know what we have and we can give him a chance. At the same time, I would be opting for experience tomorrow, so I'd be going with 3 of Davies, Dyer if he's proper fit, and Romero. And I'd like that Romero and Dyer have only played 2 games together in the league this season. I'd like to see that. I think we're going in tomorrow. Realistically, we know we're not going to. Right? I mean, my deluded, Hotspur view is like I said earlier, the heart says 2-1, but the head says no worse stuff. So in order to not get proper stuff, I'd like to see Davies in there. He's got experience. Dyer, he's worked with Davies before, and Romero. I'd like to see that kind of if he's going to go with 3 at the back, that's what I want to see. Right
I
back.
think we'll definitely see Dyer. Dyer's going to play.
Yeah.
I think he has to play. He has to play, even though he's a lump. He's got to play.
I will say this, but yeah, Dyer is key for our defense at the moment.
But also,
hello to Kirsty in the chat there as well.
whoever
Curse,
thought the
what's
day
up?
would come, we would say that Dyer was missed. That we
Yeah.
need Dyer in our defence.
Tommy wouldn't agree with us, but
I honestly don't think Dyer would change much, but at the moment, I would definitely have him over Davies and Sanchez.
He'll provide stability, and he understands the system, I think, better than any of our other defenders, and as such will help to kind of, I don't want to say marshal everyone because that makes him sound more important than he is, but he'll at least be able to point towards where people need to be and yell at them, and he'll be he'll be somewhat of a leader out there, which we've clearly lacked, judging by our results in the last 2 matches.
Oh,
And look how much love there is in the chat. Oh my gosh.
We have a very
Yeah, it's
special
like an
guest.
orgy, mate.
We have a very special guest. We started the show with a bald guy. Now we have a bald guy in the panel. Boom.
Bring him. It's
Here he
Will
is.
Stewart. What is up, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Bring
Not
the rants,
much.
brother. Bring the rants.
Good to see you.
Yeah. No, I'm curious what the truths are.
Tiago's
Here's the
Truths.
truth.
We need to make another segment of the
Got
show
me out
just
of
called
work.
Tiago's Truths.
True? Oh, okay. Oh, you want it now? Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I thought you were
He's
gonna
like,
say
oh, now,
something. I was waiting.
Oh,
now
I can
the
say
truth?
something. Yeah, I mean,
truth now?
the main truth is that if on Twitter you slander Son, I will come find you. I will find you. I will
And I
retweet your
help
tweet,
you because-
and
Okay.
I will call you out. That's it. And if people don't like it, tough. Don't say it. Don't slander Son on Twitter. That's fine. It's your
Yeah.
I don't
So let's hear
understand why
these
people
truths.
are saying
You put it in
some
public.
shit.
I'm gonna highlight it. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my
I
truth.
don't understand why people are slandering Son as well.
I don't either.
He hasn't been bad. I mean, certainly hasn't been at his best, but never.
What
All right,
happened?
so
Are they
Tiago, we need
Tottenham
you-
fans, though? Are they Tottenham fans that are slandering Son, or is
Yeah.
it people?
Just go look at my Twitter page.
I don't have Twitter, mate. I don't have any social.
Yeah, well, that's probably good for your mental health, to be honest with you.
That's already
It
fucked
is.
up, Will. Don't worry about that.
No,
But
he's doing a fine job messing it up himself. Thank you very much.
but no, yeah, I mean it's Twitter Spaces. I mean even Cody Mack's out there
Dude,
kind of
I don't
defending
even
him,
know what
trying
I
to
don't
play
even know
devil's
what Twitter
advocate.
Spaces is.
That's right, Cody Mack. I'm calling you out.
I feel like
Twitter
I'm too old
Spaces
for
are like
Twitter.
Twitter Spaces are like it's kind of like Discord stages or Clubhouse, like the app Clubhouse, which is basically like a bunch of people just jump into a thing. It's like at the bottom of Twitter. You click on it and
Yeah.
people can jump in and
sounds
it's basically
ugly. It sounds ugly.
do all of what
and
we're doing right now, but without video on Twitter.
interesting. How do they keep any order? How does it just not like 10 people?
Whoever
talking
starts the
over
room
each
is the moderator, and they can mute people and they're the ones that approve who comes on and comes off. They can kick people in and out.
other? Huh? Interesting. It sounds like a young man's game. I barely do this.
You're like
But-
half my age, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I don't know how old you. I never guess ages anymore. I'm 30 though. Okay,
I'm 41,
so
so 11 years.
we're right around. We're in the same
too far.
little age group era. So
Stop lying,
Tiago,
Colin. We all know you're 50.
we were all
57
promised,
apparently on Twitter.
we were all promised some truths about Emerson. And is he a fuck boy?
No, he isn't. First of all, this is a genuine question. A fuckboy is. I think of someone, but I'm afraid of being wrong. 'Cause
Sorry,
it's-
did you say fuck boy?
Yeah,
know
it's
what
like
that is.
this. It's like this really.
Wait, you're asking me if I would fuck a boy? No, just.
no, it's
No,
not
no.
that.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm gonna Urban Dictionary this so I have the absolute correct definition.
Is it an American term? I've not heard that in Ireland.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard it before. It's not my generation.
It's but Urban Dictionary says a guy who will tell a girl anything to get them to hook up with them.
Oh, that's me.
Well, I just use it. I just use it in place of like douchebag when I'm feeling froggy. When
Yeah,
I
you
add
can
some
also
when I
call me
want to
that,
add
yeah.
some zest.
Hmm.
When I want to put some zest on the insult. I throw a fuck boy out there.
Okay.
But no, like so for that match against Southampton, do I think Emerson was was solely at fault? Absolutely not. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Davies was at fault. The back line was just completely unfiltered and settled.
Sleep.
I think he was the least one with the fault. If you actually look at the goals.
Yeah, so for me, I always place the majority of the blame at the last point of contention. For example, if there's 5 touches in a sequence that leads to a goal, and that last touch is a mistake. Now, for example, say like that last touch in that sequence, whatever the last mistake was that led to the goal, I say is responsible number 1, but there can also be sub levels of responsibility. So like in Davies's, horrible cross or whatever, just if somebody else makes a mistake and then that last person also makes a mistake, they still made a mistake, right? So they're still responsible. Yes, they didn't get helped out by the fact that somebody made a mistake before them as well, but you could very easily recover that mistake, right? Or cover for someone else's mistake as well. So 2 wrongs don't make a right? So for me, I always hold everybody responsible who makes a mistake in a lead of play that runs to a goal. Now, if the goal is just simply created from great good footballing, passes in the box, boom, scores a goal, what you gonna do, right? Football's live. You can't stop every goal. But that's how I judge people on it, which I think is fair. You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to get the image up. Fucking hell, where did it go? Oh, I lost it. But it's the image of the second goal we conceded against Southampton.
Yeah, the James Ward-Prowse one passing around. Yeah, we've done this video or that picture like 1,000 times. I don't think it tells a story that people try to make. Because who's going to mark James Ward-Prowse when he's coming from the middle third into the defensive third and just one touches across into the box? I mean, that's you can't blame anyone for that, right? He wasn't even the sphere of the screen in like the frames prior to where that photo is pulled from, right? He literally plays the ball into Walker Peters. Walker Peters dribbles the ball down to the corner flag, plays the ball back, and he just one touches across into the box. There's no one able, unless we have the flash on our team, there's no one able to get over to Ward-Prowse and mark him. He's not in a dangerous position on the pitch. There's not a whole lot we can do about it.
Man City for 70 million a couple years ago.
I think that is being overly pedantous.
It's not only the press, but if you look at the picture, you can see that Romero and Davies are not marking anyone, and that leaves Emerson alone with 3 players on him. So whoever he chooses to defend, two other players will be alone in our box to attack our goal.
No, I agree with you. They were out of position. Yes, right. But what I'm talking about, when you look and from that picture, you see Emerson in between 2 Wolves players, 10 and 24, right? 24 is the one that scores a goal. I know the exact picture that you're talking about. But you also, too, when you look at it from the rear angle, when you actually go and watch the replay, Emerson watches the ball. His head is looking at the ball coming into the box, and he's about 3 yards off of 24 in the box, watching the ball come in. He knows it's not going over his head, so if it's not going over his head, it's going to the guy in front of him, and he doesn't ever take a step towards him. Doesn't ever even take a step towards him. That's why I blame Emerson for that goal, right? That's what I'm saying. That picture from behind, as Ward-Prowse is crossing the ball in, is deceptive because, yes, it does show you the fact that Romero and Sanchez are out of position. I agree with you. They were out of position. But it doesn't show you the fact that Emerson watches the ball come into the box and never takes a step towards the player until after the ball is like 3 feet from him.
But if he does, he will leave Che Adams alone.
But, I mean, he already knows the ball's not going to Che Adams. Right? He knows the ball's not going there. That's my point, right? He knows the ball's not going there. If I'm defending, I don't have to mark a man if I know the ball's not reaching him. Right? I can let him go free now because he's no longer a threat. If I'm watching the ball come in and I know that it doesn't have the range, I mean, look, if we're talking about professional players, if they can't gauge a flight of the ball, they shouldn't be on the pitch in the first place. Especially on a cross coming into the box and you're a defender.
I need to see the rear end because I really don't.
Yeah, watch the actual replay. Actually, on my show, I think after that match, we actually pulled up that same image that you're talking about. And there's a whole segment where I pull up and we go frame by frame from the replay from both angles, the side and the back. And we discussed that one pretty good length because we got Dietrich Kane. You know, he loves it. He loves Emerson too.
I don't love Emerson. It's just.
But
I love Dietrich Kane. Sorry, that was random, but he's a good dude.
It's
Good
a bit
egg right
late
there.
show, but
Yeah, I prefer Dietrich's playing instead of Emerson or Doherty, to be honest. He'd probably do a better job, man.
We need to
you're
get him
probably
up.
right.
Get him kitted up. Get him in there. Daniel Levy loves a free transfer. Where's he playing now? Who's he play for now?
Who, Dietrich Kane?
Yeah.
Wilster's THFC Rams. That's who he plays for.
You need to start a team. Oh, that's so perfect. And then get you guys as the sponsor so you can be on like little kids soccer jerseys. Oh my god, that's
I
gonna
would
be fun.
love that.
I would like to start a North American team, Tottenham like fan channel North American team,
Yeah,
American team, and then play the European guys. And I bet we kick their ass.
let's do it.
Hey,
Let's
if you
do
need
it.
some
I bet we
Brazilian
kick their
stuff,
asses. We'll get Thiago in there, Marcelo, myself. I don't know if
Yes.
Cody Mack can play or not. Colin, you played.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, but who of these guys are tall? Because
I'm
I
6'5".
think-
None of them are tall. They're all like 5'7",
I'm like
5'8",
5'11".
5'9", 5'10".
No way.
Cody's
Really?
massive, apparently.
Yeah. Cody's like 5'4".
No way.
He's not. He's like 5'8", but still is
Okay.
short. Maybe 5'9".
think
I
I
don't
would-
remember.
I think
I'm
I'm
tall.
just
I'm
6'5".
6'5", dude.
Yeah, we have to have you in the center of defense.
Center back or goalkeeper. That's what I played most of my life.
Yeah, I played a little goalkeeper. I was a sweeper keeper. If anyone had time to get their shot off, it was going in. But if I can take it off your feet,
It's been a while. It's been a couple years since I played. I haven't played in probably a year or two. But and I am a little bit older and rounder.
this might be the funniest thing of all time. Ben just called us all hella professional, and says that he's just a loudmouth who talks coffee. If we're hella professional, I don't even want to know. Your gauge of professional, your professionalism gauge is off. Maybe these other guys, but I'm far from hella professional.
Oh, Will's professional because it looks like.
Well, God,
I've
yes,
never seen
Will.
it. It looks like he had like a whole table controlling everything.
He's got a really nice setup. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just like stuff, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so you learn from things, and you set it up, and you can do it. It has this been cheap? No. Has it been like crazy expensive? Is it like 10 grand? No. Right? You can get stuff used on sale
and put it all together. I mean, piece by piece. It doesn't all have to be at once.
piece by
You
piece.
can kind of
I've been doing a lot of the stuff I had. Well, no, that's a lie because everything that I had before I no longer use. Yeah. So some of the cameras that I had back there on my thing, I had before, but yeah, I don't use webcam. I use mirrorless cameras. I bought in all of these since then. Like I don't know if other than the computer, I don't think there's anything that I had when I started that I haven't rebought. Computer.
If you ever need help, you want to set up a channel, you want to get things going, hit up Will. He's a good man. His Twitter handle is
Audio
right there,
advice.
and he will help you get anything set up. Yeah, audio advice, video advice, anything. He's all full of info.
Yeah. I want to start doing a tech channel or something like that, and then do because there's a lot of football or sports streamers who don't necessarily watch game streaming, right? A lot of the game streamers, because where I get a lot of the information from is from people outside of footballing stuff. So people who do streaming, for other reasons. And so learning a lot from them and stuff like that, maybe people who do sports streamings and stuff like that, because audio is number one most important. You can have poor video, and if you got good audio, it's not near as taxing on people's ears, especially guys that watch from headphones. I know sometimes I have to put it on my phone because if I'm wearing headphones, some of the background noise and stuff like that is just really... I have like Superman hearing, so it really...
Gets to you.
I get a headache. It gives me a headache.
Yeah.
So I can't...
Yeah, I feel you, man. My mic situation right now is really jank, and like,
No, that's a good. Trust me, the one you got in your hand now is probably better than the one that you were using before.
well, sweet, good to hear. I'm
The
glad it
one
doesn't
before
sound
looked
too
cooler, though, man. It was real retro.
I like this one because I have, well, no one cares, but I have this like hilarious USB preamp thing, like hooked up to the handle, so it looks like the handle is like.
No, you just look like you're doing like one of those interview handles. You just need to get yourself one of those flags, one of these things.
Yes.
Stick it on the back of
a
it.
female sex toy, man. The magic wand.
I'm just, and it might be that actually.
Colin's magic wand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a brand. You guys.
But no, I'm actually working on a kit right now that I'm put in the descriptions of my YouTube channels for people that want to get started. It's mic, camera, and light.
Nice.
And it's like less than $500. Or like
Hell
a full,
yeah.
like a pro set, like baby pro set.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good deal too. Anybody out there looking to get set up, remember that it's in the. Where'd you say it was going to be? In the descriptions of your videos?
Yeah, in the description of some of my videos and stuff like that. But let's get back to the football talk. So I know people.
Yeah, Shane's got a question. Shane's got a question for the panel. Do you think all the media publicity is just anti-Spurs rhetoric, or is it just people trying to get clicks? It's hard for me I can't answer this as well as some people can, just because I haven't been a Spurs supporter for as long as some people. But it seems to me that there was like an established group of teams that were like the big teams, and this had gone back for years. And as Spurs seem to progress and sort of crack their way into this top tier of teams, it seems to have riled some people up. People don't really like it and are kind of taking it out on us. That's the best way I could put it, and from what I've understood at least. But I don't know. I'd like to hear some other points of view on this. Barry, what about you?
Yeah, so I think it's just another way of everything being set up to an agenda, and it's everything that's trying to. Yeah, exactly, Ben. It's just ever since Redknapp was sacked. So yeah, it's going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. No, I don't think it's gonna. It's never going to stop. Sadly, well, maybe it will one day when someone else. Maybe when Newcastle start doing well. I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit of both, right? I think, but yeah, it's upsetting in some respects because it's for me. It's also trying to create some divisions, and the divisions between fans, divisions between the club. So yeah, that's it from me. Really?
Looks like we've got somebody else in the back room. And
I'm gonna have to jump off now, Colin. So thank you very much for having me on.
Hey, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. So everyone go check out Tottenham Tantrum Gold. You can see more of Dermot's beautiful face.
Sanchez Dermo, Mahan Bukot. All right, Colours to thought too, and Chucky Erlaw, brother.
Whoever Nana Steak is, welcome to the show, Nana Steak.
Alex.
See you later, lads, and thanks for having me on. And Colin, everyone, please subscribe and hit the notification on this channel. These two deserve it. They're two nice blokes, and they deserve all the success that comes their way. So please, everyone, hit that subscription, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and please, if you can, donate even $1. It does help. It does help. Believe me, it helps. It helps our channel. It will help them to get better equipment and everything. So please help these lads as much as you can because they're brilliant lads. So
what a kind exit. Thank you so much, my friend.
No problem. I'll see you later.
Later, man.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
All righty. So, all right, Mr. Steak. Who are you?
Alexander.
Oh, what's up?
I'm good.
Good deal. Well, it's good to have you here. We have recently been fielding this question that we got from Shane, and so I'd love to hear your take on it. Some of just the anti-Spurs rhetoric that we hear. Is there like an agenda against Spurs? Is it just kind of
100%? Yeah, Gary Neville talking to Harry Kane. Is that enough of proof?
Yeah. I mean,
Dead right.
very good point. Very good point. It's been just about a year just about a year ago now. Yeah, that's a really good point. One that I hadn't.
It's been going
that I
on
hadn't really
forever,
thought
mate.
about.
It's been going on since the establishment of Sky Sports. They will have their preferred teams like Man U, Liverpool.
Yep.
I don't know where the media bias comes from. This anti-Tottenham rhetoric. It's been going on forever. It's been going on since Sky Sports was established. And Shane B in Aussie, your equivalent is Fox Sports. It's the same there, it just blows my mind. Like, we never get credit when we do things well. We always get blown out of proportion with the managerial situations, and things are manipulated. I.e., Conte's interview that he gave. Like, it's just everything gets manipulated by the English press. But for some reason they have their they have their love children: United, Liverpool, and lately City or Chelsea. But this has been going on forever, lads. This isn't something new. It's been going on a long time. Sorry to cut you off there, Alex.
We actually had praise back in 2016 when we had the youth players like Ali and Kane, but that's probably just from English bias. So.
Yeah, because we had 5 lads on the English team. Yeah. At the time in England, we're doing well. Sorry, again.
Kane was scoring against the big teams, making a name for himself, becoming England had needed a striker. It all kind of makes sense. That's why we were getting the praise then. It's just weird how, and I know you say it's nothing new, Aaron, but is there a good reason? Would it be any team in our spot? Is it just the fact that we're kind of coming up on the heels of those teams that you said were the media darlings? Would it be the same if it was Wolves in our position?
No, it wouldn't. Because the English media will love a little team doing no offense to Wolves, but English media will love that. Little team like what they did when Leicester won the league. I mean, that was just.
Oh yeah.
They're still wanking over that, mate. It's but for some reason Tottenham have just become this easy target for the English media, and we're forever. I mean, even look at the panel on Sky Sports, on a Saturday afternoon, and everyone takes the piss out of Tottenham.
Yeah,
we've become a laughing stock. Now, whether you want to say that's down to Levy or the English media, it's probably a bit of both. But no, we'll never get credit from the English media, even if we win some. We're not going to get proper credit, or we're blown up and hyped up the way the other teams do. And I'd love to know, because I don't know. I don't have an answer why that happens, but I would love to know. I mean, it's been going on for so many years now.
In terms of English media, I think recently we've had quite a huge fight with English media in the summer because of the whole hurricane situation and the Sun leaking the stories. And getting a little bit out of this talk of the media and going a little bit more into the football and the City game. And since I mentioned Kane, I'm gonna bring this up because I got this on Twitter. So I'm gonna share a screen, which I thought was a very interesting picture, which is this one. There we go. Which shows. First, I want to see if you guys can find Kane, because it took me hours.
All the way over there on the left by himself.
Left.
Yeah.
A lot of shows, no performance. Yeah.
We obviously all know how to read matrix code here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, but that's probably from outside the box, like 50 yards out.
No, that's all of his shots.
Yes, and most of his shots are outside the box. That's how bad the team is.
They're actually not.
If you look at Sonny's on the top right one, close to Benrahma, which means he takes a lot of shots and are overperforming.
Because he's exceeding his XG, whereas Kane is underperforming his XG from every location, inside the box, outside the box, and inside the 6-yard box.
I hadn't seen this one until like a few minutes ago. Someone sent me on Twitter. So I just wanted to bring this up because I wanted to put the question. Some talked about Harry Kane and renewing his contract with us, depending on what happens with Antonio Conte and so on. Would you guys renew his contract, or do you think it's time to move on to someone else? Do you think Kane is past it, or
Man, that's now you're asking the tough questions.
Yeah, so Alex asked a question. So out of the penalty area, so he's 71 shots, 27 are out of the box, and the rest are in the box. So not even half are outside the box. The rest are in the penalty area, and 8 are from the 6-yard box out of those 71.
Dang.
So would you say he's just Kane being? Do you think Kane is past it, or? I mean,
Do I think he's past it? I think he down tooled on purpose at the beginning of the year. He's not doing that anymore, and he's having a hard time on purpose at the beginning of the year.
That's
Under
harsh.
Nuno? Yeah, no, that's not harsh.
under
I,
actually true.
I agree. I agree with Will.
It's 100% true. He's not doing that anymore, and he's having a hard time getting back from that. Right. So,
Yeah, because he didn't have a pre-season. So.
because he didn't want to.
Didn't have a
He decided to
pre-season.
not come back.
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't giving 100. He was barely giving 50% effort under Nuno, right? So, that you can consider that his preseason if you want to. What we're saying now is we're past any type of preseason flair. Like the fact you only had 2 weeks of preseason doesn't last until February, March of the year. Right? It doesn't happen.
I just don't see how somebody like Harry Kane would deliberately down tools. Like the guy is
Because he wanted to leave.
You know,
And because he
he's the
didn't believe in the
consummate
manager that he was
professional, mate.
playing for.
Yeah, no, I can understand all of that. Like he may have wanted to leave, and he may have wanted to have a better manager, but I can't see how a professional at his level would down tools deliberately. I'm sorry,
happens
Will,
all the
but
time.
It's just the
Right.
only explanation I can think of for his terrible form and for how it.
It wasn't even
the
just
guy
his
who's
form;
been at
it was his
Tottenham
work
since he was
ethic.
11. He's been at
Body
Tottenham since
language.
he was 11. That's
But then everything suddenly turns around as soon as we get a better manager in.
No,
So, Aaron, why are you saying that he's had the worst season he's ever had in a Spurs shirt since his first year that he only played 5 matches? Why are you saying that? Why is this season his worst season ever in a Spurs shirt, and not by a little bit, by a lot?
sorry. Why am I saying he's had the worst
No,
season?
yeah. What is the reason for him having the worst season he's ever had in a Spurs shirt?
Well, it's the same argument that you backed me up on when we were talking about Son there a few days ago. The quality of the players around him aren't good enough.
Right, but Son's
Yeah.
having his second best year in a Spurs shirt ever.
Okay, all right, but it's patchy. It's patchy, right? And
It's actually not that patchy. His per 90 minute, Son Heung-min's per 90. This is a problem I don't like about some people. Say it's patchy because they see things and they don't really look at his per 90 numbers are higher this season than they were last season. In fact, he's on track to have the best season he's ever had in a Spurs shirt. Son Heung-min is.
Okay, but Will, you're watching statistics, right? Now, I'm going off looking at players' body language and their performances on the day. I don't read into statistics. I'm not an analytical type of person, right? I've played the game, I've coached, and I go on body language, performance, attitude, stuff like that. Son's been in and out of form, mate, but that doesn't mean I'm going to write him off. In the same way that I've defended Kane, same way I've been one of the only people who's ever defended Dyer. There's certain leadership qualities that players bring to a squad, and that's why I always back these guys up. So I don't go back and fall back on numbers, mate. I don't do that. Like it's just not. It's not how I analyze the game.
Okay, so you're saying that even though if Son comes out and scores 20 goals this season, you'll say he had a bad season. That's what you'll say.
No, I've been the number one defender.
No, I'm saying but what you just said was it doesn't matter about the numbers, right? It only matters about their attitude and what you see on the pitch. So for all of the people who are saying Son's been poor or patchy this season, right?
He's been patchy.
He hasn't.
Okay. Last 3 games.
Last 3 games. One goal, right? One goal in those last 3 games. Okay, more than in the league or last 3 games since he came back from You're talking Brighton in the FA Cup and the 2 Spurs.
Well, pretty much since he came back. Yeah.
Okay. So in the Brighton match, right? One of Harry Kane's goals came from Heung-min Son, right? It was his dribble through with the touch that the defender clipped into, that Harry Kane slid into the back of, right? So he created that goal. So if that ball doesn't deflect off the defender's shin towards the goal, Son gets the assist for that. You also have him scoring the only one of the 2 goals against Southampton, right? You also have in those 3 matches him having the most touches, the highest passing accuracy, the most chances created, the most dribbles. So if he's working harder than any of the other 3, right? And he's the only one that's scored in the league in the last 3 matches that he's played in the league. How is he having a patch?
Okay, compare that visually, right, to what we've seen from previous seasons, right? His
per 90 goal stats. That's what I'm saying. So
okay. Stats aside, Will, just for a moment.
If you're asking me to combine it, to put it against previous seasons that you've seen, so you either have this imaginary expectation of what a Suns performance should look like, and it's not meeting that imaginary expectation, or I actually go back and look at the performance from last season.
Yeah, you're looking at numbers, mate. Yeah, go play FIFA, pal. Yeah,
it's not about playing FIFA. You're talking about rating a player's ability.
I'm not rating. I'm saying compare his body language and attitude.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If it's just based on his body language and attitude, if his body language and attitude is worse this season than last season, right? And he scores 20 goals.
Okay, well, what's the statistic on how many times his head's been down this season and he's looking at the ground and he's not smiling?
That's fine. Aaron, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Instead, you're interrupting me before I finish my statement. I'm fine with you saying it's not about the stats. Forget the stats. It's all about body language, attitude on the pitch, what I think works. That's fine. I'm willing to go that route. But right, that means even if Son scores 20 goals this season, last season was better than this season because he had better body language, better attitude, and more exciting. By your logic, you would have to do that. Otherwise, you're being self-contradictory, right? Yeah, I care about the numbers, but I don't care about the numbers as long as the numbers aren't so significant that it makes me look silly, right? Like that's basically what you're saying. So it's fine if we don't want to go by the numbers. We can't go by numbers, and I'm willing to say yes. Son looked more happy, more exciting, and more dynamic player last season than this season. Yes, but it's statistically what he's actually doing on the pitch. He's doing more on the pitch, or as much on the pitch this season as he did last season.
So let's just agree that Sonny is having a good season.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do. That's the thing. Myself and Will are Sonny's biggest defenders, by the way. I mean, I've got it.
But why do we need to say he's having? Why do we need to say he's been poor? Why do we have to say that?
No, in recent weeks, he has not been at the level, in my opinion, that he has performed at previously.
Right, but that's just an imaginary thing that you have in your head because the numbers don't show that.
Will. No, Will, it's an opinion.
That's what opinions are. They're imaginary, abstract concepts and thoughts in your head.
All right, semantics.
That's what opinions are.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right. So everybody agrees. Sonny's awesome. He's going to retire in a Spurs kit.
He's my favorite player in the world, mate. You know, he's
like and sub, you beautiful fucks.
Okay. All I'm saying is all we have to do is to say Son's the best forward we have this season. That's it. We don't have to say he's been poor the last game, the last 2 games. All we have to say is best forward this season.
You can't compare Son to anyone else because Harry Kane, the only good game I can say he had was Brighton. Was the only game
first
I
time.
can say. Yeah. Brighton.
We can say Harry Kane has good games, but we can't say he's the best forward at Tottenham Hotspur this season. Yeah. We can't say that.
The comments.
And I don't think anybody would.
Oh yes, they would. What are you talking about?
Really?
And yes, I agree that Brian Hill will save us. And it's not his footballing ability; it's his hair.
Is that based on statistics or imaginary will?
It's the transfer
It's
fee we're
just
gonna
my
get for him.
opinion. Just my opinion.
I hope-
My opinion is that Brian Hill is going to grow his hair out into a magic carpet and fly us to Neverland, where we actually win a trophy.
Dude,
My
Brian Hill is the
opinion is
coolest
that
hair
he's
since the
going
Beatles,
to-
mate.
See, Bryce
my
is
opinion
loving
is
it.
that he's going to continue to impress in Spain on his loan. He's going to command some like 50, 60 million pound fee in the summer, which we'll cash in on because he doesn't fit Conte's plans at all, and we'll use that money to buy someone that will.
Yeah.
I like John Fitzpatrick. That's a fair answer. See, like if you want to throw up John Fitzpatrick's comment, their son hasn't been poor, but he has been below his best this season. And I would just say the only thing I would add there is that at times, sorry, below his best this season at times, because there's times when he has been at his best this season, right? So you would have to say this statement here, I've got no problem with, right? I've got no problem with it.
I think that's what Aaron said, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think Fitzy articulated it a lot better than I did in a lot less words. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I was gonna
patchy means that you've been bad at times. That's what patchy means. Good at times, bad at times. Okay,
Yeah,
but
it's in and out of
100%,
Yeah,
100%
yeah, I
at
understood
times
what-
and 80% at times isn't patchy. That's
See, that's
just
what-
the normal
see, me
flow
and
of
Aaron-
football.
Me and Aaron had different. To me, that's what I thought Aaron meant when he said patchy, and I think that's what he was thinking. That's what he was meaning. So we're all on the same page. It's that thing that happens all the time where arguments happen, but then I'm like,
People
wait,
talk past
hold
each
on.
other, different definitions. Yeah, it happens all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm like, hold on a second. We actually agree. This is, whoops.
Colin, can I just say one very quick thing? It's not about Son. I'm going to bring up Ben's comment about Harry Kane is the most consistent performer in the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club since Jimmy Greaves. He deserves respect if he has a bad season.
He would get all the
Respect he
respect in the
deserves.
whole world if he had respected the team and the
Respect
fans.
he
this
deserves.
summer.
But he's not absent from criticism because he hasn't
Nobody
been good
is.
this season. He hasn't been good this season. If you're telling me that after 22 games, 5 goals for Harry Kane is good enough, that he deserves to be he deserves a free pass, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I have Brian's hair here. He actually shipped it to me from Spain.
Dang.
Gogama loves Brian's hair, by the way. She's obsessed with Brian Hill's hair.
Well, who wouldn't be?
He sent it to me. It's signed. Can't see it.
I don't even know how you get all your hair off like that. It seems like it was painful. Is there skin on the bottom?
Yeah, we scalped him.
Manscaped, yeah. You got the David Harris code for the Manscaped thing, Will, did you?
Yeah.
Oh man, good old hairs. Oh, we need to get him on the show someday. I've never had him on my show, but so yeah. We can all agree on pretty much everything. I guess just finally we're getting pretty close to the 2-hour mark, and then there's goodbyes, and I'm from the Midwest, so it's gonna be a Midwestern goodbye. But I don't know, Will. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the match tomorrow.
Oh,
I have
wait, yeah.
a little bit.
There's a banner that I think is great that you did, Colin. Let's put it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Boom.
3-4-3, 3-5. I mean, City's got to be 3-5-2, doesn't it? Like even if you're like think we don't have the coverage for it, at least against City, it's got to be 3-5-2, right? I mean, they play 4-3-3. To go play 2 in the midfield against their 4-3-3, it's just
We're dead.
it's just a suicide. It's just the dumb. You might as well not even go out on the pitch. I mean, you're not. You don't have a numbers advantage in their back. You don't have a number advantage in their front, right? You don't have a number. You're basically just saying, "Hey, City, come beat us 6-0." If we play 2 in the middle and we don't lose 5-0, 6-0 tomorrow, I'll be shocked. Would be shocked. 3-5-2 has to happen.
So you're
I'd rather
thinking
see
Bentancur, Winks, and Højbjerg then?
no. I would do Bentancur, Højbjerg, and then either Kulusevski or Mora in the number 10.
That is perfect.
Okay.
I was gonna say that because if you think about the City team, you could put Kane and Son up top. They will press the center backs, and then Rodri is the one that drops deep to get the ball. You put Kulusevski or Lucas on him, then Bentancur and Højbjerg on Silva and De Bruyne. Because I remember watching their game
It's a man mark. Because they play with one holding mid. So
Yeah, because I remember watching against PSG. Their front three is Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, and none of them come back to defend. So Rodri had all that space to get the ball and work their possession, and City were just like all the time on the edge of their box. So
4-2-3-1, they would pick us apart. Like if you want to break down a 4-2-3-1, you just play a 4-3-3. It's the oldest trick in the book.
Mr. Cage here.
3-5-2. We don't play 3-5-2 when Son and Kane play together. Like Sonny is literally out.
They did it against Liverpool.
Okay, all right, yeah, and we got
Brighton.
Okay, I mean the Liverpool was a bit of an anomaly because we were brilliant that day. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see a 4-2-3-1. Oh,
we were
hello,
good against Leicester as well.
Oh yeah.
Hi guys. How's everyone doing? I saw some of the stats being put out for today in terms of what we're going to be playing against tomorrow, and I think you know what, there's going to be like 7 men in the defensive wall.
No, but
maybe 3 men in the midfield.
Kay, did you watch Tommy's show earlier? Because there was a City fan on. And
I just woke up about half an hour ago, so.
All right, brother, mate. Right, there was a City fan on, and he said the only thing that scares him is when teams come and play against them. They get stuck in and they press City. If we come with the attitude of let's sit back, let's try and not concede goals, we're going to get battered, right?
Yeah.
If we go on the front foot, get stuck in, press them, go attacking, then we got a chance, because that's what City have been suffering or have been. That's what caused them trouble this season. So this is coming from City fan, by the way, not from me. Yeah.
I think if you look at past form, it's like we're gonna try really, really a lot. We're gonna be happy with our team, but we're still gonna end up losing 3-1.
Oh, come on, man.
No,
deluded.
It's one of those times.
Be deluded. We're winning, man.
No. Listen. I predicted yesterday that we're gonna beat them 4-1. So I think we're still on course for
classic that. Bobby. That's the classic Bob Spurs score right there, 4-1.
I think did he say 4-1 or did he say 3? I think he said 3.
Right.
But yeah, look, guys, form goes out the window when we're playing against City. For some reason, right? Yeah, we seem to be up for it when we come against City. We seem to be one of their bogey teams, and if that's the case, anything could happen. And you guys know.
Because last season at home we beat them 2-0, but then we went to their stadium. We had Kane, Son, and Bale on fire when we got there, and we lost 3-0 with Sanchez eating the grass.
Yeah, pretty much. When it's on our turf, right? Yeah, anything could happen. When it's on their turf, we'll try valiantly, and we'll end up losing 3-1. But I hope that considering the last 2 games, is there 3 games in a row we lost now? I think. Or is there 2 games in a row?
4, if you count the Carabao.
Oh, bananas!
No, because we won at Brighton, so it's only 2 in a row.
Oh yeah,
yeah, 2 in a row.
Yeah. In the league, it's 3.
Oh dear! I think in the league, if we lost 3 in a row, that's if we lose 4 in a row in the league, that's almost second territory. Almost like there's a shouting.
Approaching, yeah.
I think that's the reason why Conte had to come out in that statement last night and spend 5 minutes in a press conference talking about something that wasn't football, before finally team news at 5 minutes and 35 seconds. So I think there's something definitely going on there. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Pressure's pressure. That's their job to deal with, right? For us, it's got to do with us fans. We've given up in terms of thinking, hey, you know what? We're going to beat them 7-0 or some shit. Instead, we're going in there with trepidation. Now, that's kind of a good thing to do, because finally we're going to be in the right place. Because if they do anything, we're going to be impressed. Honestly, this could be a match when heroes are made. Sonny coming to the front, Dyer finally playing. I definitely think Dyer is definitely going to be coming in. Do you reckon he's going to start though, or have you guys already discussed that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Dyer has to start.
Yeah, Dyer has to.
You don't really want to make subs along your back line if you don't have to.
That's true. But is he really ready though? I mean, he hasn't played in all that time. It's been quite a long time.
Famous last words from Mr. K. Play, no?
Well, Will's a coach.
Will has done some coaching. I think to a certain degree, as observers, right? Yeah, we all bring something different into the equation when it comes to our point of view. Sometimes a gut feeling doesn't necessarily match the facts, but sometimes gut feelings come into fashion when it comes to football. Correct? Sport's one of those weird things. They're not machines. They're human beings. At any given day, they could do absolutely anything. And that's why I always believe Spurs can win 4-1, because I believe that when you look at our team, they have all the necessary requirements required. There you go. I bet Will likes to shower with the wig on so he can flick it when he gets out. Oh my days! Should check out my hairline. There isn't any there, so I'm envious.
I liked it when I watch Spur matches. I'll take that Brian Hill wig and I'll put it on a ball like what's his name in
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson, and then I punch it every time somebody does something wrong.
Isn't that a lady's wig mask? Are you trying to? Is there?
No, it's a Brian Hill wig. It's Brian
like
Hill's hair. He actually sent it to me.
Oh my freaking days!
Will secretly has a life-size cardboard cutout of Brian Hill in his bedroom, by the way.
Shane says that Conte looked angry in his pre-match interview. Will's angry right now. He's talking about punching female soccer balls.
I think Conte is going to start. I think Conte is paying attention to what's happening in the media for sure. Someone in the club definitely 100% had a word with him. And the idea being is that, do you need to go to a press conference in order for you to send a message to Levy and the board? And he turned around straight and said, listen, I don't need no one in my way. I can go straight to Levy. Because there's no issue there. So to a certain degree, the media does play this up a little bit. And something will get lost in translation. Technically, on paper, the team has got weaker. But this manager has always turned around and used the word complete. And, maybe that's a diplomatic word to say that the team looks more complete.
Yes, Bryce.
The results haven't been the results haven't come from that completeness. So maybe this complete team is finding it a little bit difficult, in a complete way.
Completely.
Lad, sorry to jump in. I'm my granddaughter's birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm after getting a message from my daughter, and we're trying to organise a little secret party for a 3-year-old. She's going to be 3, so I'm going to jump off.
Yeah, good luck, man. Hope everything goes well. Good talking to you, bro.
Thanks, lads. A pleasure to be on, and thanks to Colin, Thiago, and as always, great to see Seamus, Nick, Barry. I don't know, Phil Mitchell, Mr. K, Will, as always good banter.
Nice one, Aaron.
Good going, man.
See you,
and Alex, bring the steak, brother. All right, take it easy, boys. See you soon.
Bring the steak.
Peace.
All right.
See you, Aaron.
At the end.
You got to put Bryce's last comment up the very.
We're going to get one more than you.
Yeah, sing at the end.
I'm totally making this now. I'm literally going to put this on a ball, and I'm going to put a handprint on it, and I'm going to add it to my set just for you, Bryce. Gilson. That's brilliant.
Freshly ripped hair.
Brilliant.
Nice
That was good. That was hilarious.
Here comes the sun again. Man City tried to sign Harry Kane last year, but were rejected 4 times by Spurs. Pep Guardiola confirms. From the Sun.
Didn't Levy block Pep's phone number?
They were saying he did.
Look, he can make up anything he likes and tell a Jackanory, and that's true. And every people out there will just turn around and believe a half a truth.
Look, I'm not gonna say this.
It's all about the money. We all know that. It's all about the money. Maybe Man City got a bit cheeky. Who knows? A club that's willing to spend a bucket load of money decides to be tight with their money. Yeah, that sounds like Man City. I'm still getting over that summer shock, but it doesn't matter. Look, the guy right now, Kane's our player. He's playing for us. He's fighting for us, and there's nothing more that we could ask from him. We could ask him to go back to 2018-19 season and become the Harry Kane that he was then. But the reality is, the fans, since summer, have really treated him in such a way that I would, if I was standing here, I would be wanting to get out as well. Right? Conte is the type of guy that would get me up and working, getting me to become a professional athlete again. And I think we should thank Conte really for doing that to Kane. Because before that came along, Kane was lost. We could all see it. He was lost. There was no disconnect between him and the players. Now there seems to be a togetherness forming again. And, Sonny can join in as well. And we could end up having a complete team by the end of the summer. But where we'll be at the end of summer, who knows?
A complete
I just wanted to throw up Bryce's comment. I just want to throw up Bryce's comment real quick and say, Bryce, you need to shut your whore mouth. And that's all we'll be saying about that.
I said last season Kane will go to United. You know what? There is a possibility that I mean, the thing is, the fantasy, isn't it? That him going to United, because that fantasy was around about 5 to 10 years ago. That was a guarantee. If you were going to leave as a striker, you'd end up wanting to go to Man United. Look at Pogba, for example, right? That dream, that fantasy is over. Man United are not the team that top elite athletes are thinking, you know what, I want to go there so we can win things. They're thinking, I can go there and make money. I can go there and get a nice big fat paycheck.
Mr. K, do you know what will change his mind at going to United? Pochettino.
Do you really think so? You think
I think they will go for Poch. It's their dream. They wanted to take Poch from Spurs because he's a project manager. He knows the Premier League, and he's probably not going to stay at PSG if they get Pochettino.
At the time, Thiago, yes, but he didn't win the French league last year. There's the debate he's not going to win it this year. So why would they take him? You know,
he will win this year.
I was looking for that pen. Now I know you got it.
Yeah.
Where is it? It was on my table. Giza.
But I don't think Poch is going to United. Honestly, I
know
don't.
Really?
There's no way.
It's all talk, man.
It's all. They all want to talk about management going around. Okay, look. As much as Poch did some great things for us, he can't win with the best team and players in a league that's crap with like one or two teams. No,
he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one.
Their team is very imbalanced.
Yeah, it's like United are imbalanced with Ronaldo. That's a fact. But I don't see how I can't see. If Kane was going to go, Kane should have gone 3 years ago. I don't think he's going to go. It's all paper talk. It's all this. Now he's in the form where he wants to win things. He wants to be in the Champions League. He wants to do all this, but he can also be the leading club scorer, right? And no one will ever, very rarely will somebody beat a record like that, right? He has the opportunity to be a legend for the rest of his life by beating Jimmy Greaves' record, right?
Yeah, he could be a legend that's never won anything.
Yes, Bryce.
But Barry, a question before everything else. Do you think someone comes in for Hurricane in the summer?
No.
I'll put a bid in. I'll put a bid in. It won't be very much.
I was going to say, what are you paying him to do?
There's two ways to look at it. Either he starts going back, like you were saying, to banging in goals left, right, and centre, which in a way then it gives us the slimmest chance that we have of getting top 4. So then he's got Champions League, which is what he wants, and he's got that stage. Or he doesn't perform, or continues to have the way that he's. Let's see Will doing the ball up there. Oh
my God!
Or he does carry on how he has the rest of the season. We get to the end of the season, he's got 10, 12 goals. Do you really think City are realistically the only ones that are going to come in and they're going to bid 120, 140 million? No.
Yep, maybe they've got more astute eyes and they can spot the 12 goals that the next man has scored and said, hold on a second, it's a blip year considering the 8 before that he scored over 20 each. Right, that's a bit of a record.
That's a fair point.
Right, so when it comes down to looking at someone's form, right, the player, is he gone? The answer is no, the player is not there, but he does need conditioning. He needs to be playing in the right team. He needs to be the right mentality in the right place at the right time. Strikers are all confidence players anyway. So they have the natural ability, but they need the brain to engage. And if you've been a Spurs fan, you know all this time that there is some headspace right that needs readjusting inside that man. Right? That's true. You know, the guy had his heart set on absolutely going, looked up to it, didn't get it, got ridiculed by the fans, got ridiculed in the media. His brother got absolutely shamed into a corner. Yeah, you know, this is really building up the confidence for the man to say, you know what, I'm going to take on Spurs, I'm going to take them to the best. No, I would say fuck that. I'm just going to do my bloody job, right? Get to the best peak condition I can get in, and then I'll wait till summer, and then someone's going to do a power play when it comes to money. It's all about money, got nothing to do with football. We all know this, right? Absolutely 100%. The problem is, as fans, we talk about the football as well. And that's a bit of a shame, because when we're talking, you can't talk about two different things at the same time. You know, they kind of mess you up when it comes to evaluation. You either turn around and say the guy's professional, top of his game, should be able to play every game the best he can always play, should always be able to sneak in there and get a goal. That's what a top class striker should be able to do. Get outside trouble.
Service, no?
Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, how many times have you seen him do a goal line clearance, even including this season, right? So I think Mora's taking his position as being the guy that's doing the goal line clearances. But the point is, as a striker to come into the midfield, as a striker to go into defense, as a striker to get into the goal line, right? Yeah, and as a striker to provide, be a provider, you know, that tells you our shit around him our team around him is absolutely shit.
Correct.
Right? He's having to do that. But if he goes to a team like City, right? Yeah, he never needs to leave that box. He never needs to leave that box. And that ball will come exactly where he wants it to come, how it wants him to come. Sometimes the ball gets smacked to him, right? Yeah. And the ball's coming at 100 miles per hour or something, right? Yeah. And it's difficult to contain that ball. I've seen our team do that to him many, many times, right? The ball's hit too hard. By the time he gets control of it, he has to start defending against 3 defenders. No, you want to do one touch, turn, bang, go, right? He's not giving that type of service. Maybe in City, with better quality midfield players, he's able to get that type of service and therefore do his job. He has to then fight and struggle. But one thing is missing, though, from Kane. When he takes the shot, there's times when you know it's going to go in. Now, there's too much hit and miss. Too much hit and miss. That's not 100% Kane. Has he lost that something? Has he lost that little bit of an edge? His body's changed.
He's knackered. He's getting older.
It's true. He's getting knackered. I mean, he is being played again and again and again. I mean,
he didn't have a break. We went straight from the end of the season with COVID and the extra games straight into the Euros. 2-week break, bang, straight back into the season.
I mean, he's not at the age where he can continuously do this to his body anymore. But with that, you guys, we are nearing the 2-hour mark, and with that, we were planning to end right around 2 hours. And I just want to go around and get everybody's score predictions to start off.
A formation prediction as well, like if Dyer starts and what you would like to see.
That's a good idea. Now then.
Right. So we'll start out with Alex. What formation do you think you're going to play? First, 3 questions. Formation, will Dyer play, and score?
3-5-2. Dyer will start, and the score will be 5-4 Spurs.
Damn,
Wow.
the high scoring match. All right, and then we're gonna kind of go around. We'll go to
whatever you're smoking, right?
Gilson has to tell me.
Sure.
Hilson's helping.
Hilson says 3-5-2. We're gonna lose 3-2. Son's gonna score a brace though.
Is Dyer gonna start? Hilson?
Dyer is going to start.
Okay.
Is it bad that I can actually see Brian Hill in that ball? Like
it does look like him, doesn't it?
Okay, now I want whatever Tiger's having.
Yeah, Thiago, you might have the good stuff.
Imagine Brian Hill running. It looks exactly like his hair.
Stop it. Stop it.
Win or lose.
It's very,
love the hair.
Barry, enough of this craziness. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
3-5-2. Dyer will start, and 2-2.
That's actually, I think that's probably the most sensible take yet. And so now we go to Mr. K.
Yeah, well, the formation is going to be relatively quite easy. 7-3-0, right? Yeah, we're going to have pretty much everyone behind the ball, right? Yeah, we're going to play. I mean, if Sonny's playing, Sonny's going to be that lone man up front. So make it 6-3-1. Stick him at the front. But are we going to win? Yeah, man, we're going to beat them 4-1. Absolutely, 100%. City's going to make a mistake. They're going to get overconfident, get cocky right from the minute go, and we're going to hit them in the first 5 seconds, right? Yeah, bang. Watch a goal within 30 seconds. That's what I reckon. We're going for the world record here.
I think Bergwijn's gonna get on the score sheet tomorrow. But okay, so for me personally, I think we've got Owen coming. I think it will be 3-0.
Wow.
And I do think Dyer will start. And I'm Colin, and
Yes.
this is and I'm at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting right now. I'm
Yeah. In Dyer we trust.
and I wish us. What about you?
And Dumbledore would be perfect for this game. So
I can't wait. I'm so glad we've got him.
on loan to the Orc.
That's right.
Okay, so Thiago, you're the only one that hasn't answered, bud.
We're going to 3-5-2, but I do think we're going to see Kulusevski as a 10, so it's going to be the for me who we were talking about before. Dyer is going to start, and we're going to lose 3-1. I would love to say we would win, but it's City. They're up and running. They're flying, and yeah.
Don't worry, we'll say it for you. We're gonna win. We're gonna smash him. Watch, smash and grab.
We're gonna smash him. All right, everybody. So that has been another.
Wait, let people plug their channels.
Oh my gosh! Sorry. Thanks for being the guy that runs everything, Thiago. Everyone, please do me a favor, and we'll start with Will. Plug your channel and tell everyone that's viewing where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm pushing the Twitter thing right now. Follow me at THFC Rants on Twitter. And then also too THFC Rants on YouTube. We do shows all the time. Yeah. Check us out. We got Brian Hill now.
It's great content. It's some of the most fun you'll have if you want to get into a good argument. If you got a point you really care about, go to
arguments,
one of his
jokes,
go to one of his
laughs.
shows. It's got it all, baby. A little bit of everything.
One
Drama,
day,
intrigue.
me and Will, we're still gonna make the thing about the national teams for the
National team debate. Yeah, we can do that anytime, man.
See, national team debate coming in the future. Keep your eyes out for that. And directly below Will, we've got Na Steak, or as we like to call him, Alex. What's up, man? Where can everybody find you?
I don't have a channel, but I will sing the steak song. Nah, steak, and we all like steak. We're Tottenham, we're going to score one more than you. Levy out.
Levy out.
Yeah, I feel so good about that right now. I feel so enthused. Yeah, that's it, man. Wow. All that time I've been waiting for that song, and
half time. Conte play at half time.
You didn't even know you were missing that in your life, but you were.
I swear, I've been asking for weeks. I've been asking for weeks. Now the mystery's over. I want that clip. I want that clip.
Oh, we'll clip it. I'll clip it.
Imagine a 63,000 stadium. Instead of singing "When the Spurs Go Marching In," everybody singing "9-9 Steak."
Yeah,
that would be amazing. I think if 60,000 should levy out, I'd be even happier.
Yeah, that's the good part.
Barry, what about you, man? I see it says shelf side Spurs, whatever that means.
What do you mean, whatever that means?
He's giving an introduction. He's saying, go on, introduce Southside Spurs. Tell him what it means.
I mean, Mr. K still can't say it properly after all this time, and he claims to be an avid listener, but
shelf or self?
Shelf size.
Oh, is it shelf? It's a bit of a bit of a tongue twister to that one. Yeah,
no.
Along with Barry, Gary, Harry.
Barry, Gary, Harry. Mary. Yeah, so shelf side Spurs. If you want to again subscribe like you can do with all the other channels, and click that notification bell to do that, especially you, Mr. K, because I know you don't know how to use it, because you like missing things because you're not.
Dude, I keep hitting that bell button, right? Yeah, but every time I hit it twice, it goes back to where it was.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, so they're supposed to hit it once.
Yes, Bryce. Wales is experts. Yeah, experts. So yeah, on a Thursday, 7:30 GMT. In a couple of weeks' time, 3rd of March, I think it is. We've got Steve Perryman.
It's going to be awesome. That's awesome, man.
Awesome. So yeah, we will have. We're getting a lot of everyone else on. So we did have Mr. Daigle with his White Hart Memory Lane, and we'll get a lot of you guys and obviously the girls on as well. So we're gonna get more people on rather than just have us talking about whale jizz and random shit, basically. So yeah,
We like your whale jizz and random shit, but I know what you mean, and that Perryman, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be really cool.
yeah.
So everybody be on the lookout. Head on over to Shelfside Spurs. Head on over to Will Stewart's THFC rants, and finally we've got a very very wonderful man, Mr. K. What I like best about you is that you sound like you might be robbing a bank with Quentin Tarantino and his group of people, but I don't think that's what you're doing. Mr. K, whenever you're not on my show, where can people find you? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm in a little bit of a health medical sort of recovery sort of phase. So I'm just recovering there, I'm just getting some meds, getting used to my body used to it. But generally speaking, I normally would be appearing on a Tuesday night, every Tuesday night on Will Stewart's THFC Rants channel. I have a show on there called Talk to K. And we just come and chill out a little bit after the day's done. On Tuesdays, a lot of talk and rhetoric going on about Spurs all the time. So people come to my show, Talk to K, just to relax a little bit, be a little bit informed, share experiences with one another. You know, a fan show for the fans, really.
Well, it sounds like a load of fun. I've actually taken part in it myself. I've co-hosted even. It's a great show.
Yes, you have,
Everyone,
indeed.
if you are into Spurs and you are a chilled out, nice, happy person, it's the show for you. It's a good one. I definitely recommend it. Go check it out. And Mr. K, thank you for being here with us. We know that, like you said, you've got your health problems that you're getting through, and so thanks for taking the time to be here. Barry, you too. I know it's getting late for you guys. And Will, thanks for being here also. And I didn't forget you, Alex. Thanks for also being here. Tiago and I.
Forget Brian.
Oh yes,
We love Brian.
Hilson, thank you for being here too.
Gilson.
Hilson.
It's worth it.
It's my new favorite thing.
Yeah,
Like I was just making up a story. I didn't actually do that. And then the Gilson part of it, they just put me on there. I was like, I got to do it now.
You know what? This show
Surprise.
wouldn't be anything right without the fans and the viewers watching right So thank you very much, all you fans out there, especially the guys out there and the girls out there that are typing into the comments. Really do appreciate all the effort, the time, and also your views as well. It really makes the show.
If it wasn't for you guys, we would be talking to ourselves, and that would be weird. So thank you for being here.
It'd be called Zoom.
Like
it'd be called a Zoom meeting then.
You're so very, very right. If you haven't, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification. You'll know when we're coming on next. And I'm going to leave you guys with something great. It's a little teaser. It is coming back. It is not back yet, but I'll leave you with this.
Love you out.